Hey everybody, welcome. It's Friday, and we are gonna do our usual Friday thing now, which is a chat gauntlet. I will be battling in a draft against 7 of my faithful viewers, who will then take me on in a series of best of 1 games. I'm gonna play all 7 of my opponents, one after another, and we're gonna see who can reach the 4-win mark first, me or chat. I think I broke my streak. I was on a 3-week losing streak and managed to eke out a 4-3, I think, last week, and finally win a week again. But after initial crushing by me, chat has caught back up, and it's been very competitive. And of course, there are consequences for me if I happen to 0-7. We'll see if that happens. But try and notch a win and save my hair for the week as usual. But any given week, I could be losing a little control of my life. We'll see. Oh, 5-2. I got 5-2. That's nice. All right, even better. I thought it was a 4-3. I kind of forgot. But anyway, the point is I did manage a win last week after 3 in a row off. I'm on this screen because we are going to be doing Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. We are going to be doing it in best of 1 style, but we're not going to be doing it from this page. In order to draft against 7 specific people, we are going to draft on a third-party website called mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. And that's a site that does a third-party drafting interface that's very nice and slick and good. And then we get to export those decks into Arena and use the friend challenge system to battle each other. So it's a way to effectively get free in-pod drafting, not only both all human but in pod pairings while playing. You just need wild cards or a pretty strong set of a strong collection in the set you're drafting, right? Because if you don't have the cards, you can't play them. But if you have the wild cards or the collection, it's effectively free all human in pod drafting, which is pretty sweet, and we've been really enjoying it around here, and I hope you enjoy it today as well. So let's jump over to my left monitor here. Move this chat out of the way, minimize the game window and Discord. By the way, if you want to do this, if you're like, I want to battle Ryan in the chat gauntlet, well, that Discord is your way in. Hat has just posted a link there. So if you're live with me now, you can click the link that Hat just posted. If you are watching on YouTube, you can check my notes and it will also be in there. But basically, you can join my Discord and then hop in to figure out the path towards greatness, the path towards, well, at the very least, going optimal greatness. Come on here and beat the snot out of me. That's what all these 7 are looking to do. And I'm gonna say, looks like who's running this? Who is running this? I can't tell from, Media. Awesome. Oh, this reminds me, I gotta tease Media and Dionysus for a second. So yesterday we did an ad hoc chat gauntlet instead of our usual draft, and I just I opened it up to whoever wanted to participate, and Dionysus and Media both participated. They both jumped in and participated, and they both said, hey, we're in Europe. Can we go first? Like, we're on a different time zone here. It'd be really nice if we could go first. And I was like, sure, that makes sense. So I let them go first. Then 3.5 hours later, 3.5 hours, like, after I'm done streaming, like way after, maybe it's not that long, but significantly after I'm done streaming, Dionysus reaches out and says, I just beat Media. You see? They had to go first so that they could spend the next 3 hours continuing to play, I guess. I see you, Media. All right, anyway, we're good and ready to go. So here comes the excuses. No, it's awesome, Media. I'm just teasing. So let's do a ready check on our participants and get going, shall we? I should thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. This is not, my segues are usually good. That one's pretty abrupt. That's like a 1-star segue. But if you want some 5-star service, you're going to go to cardkingdom.com and you're going to do it through my panels down below, because that lets them know you got there from here, helps keep my stream going. They've been my sponsor for a long time now, and I really appreciate all of their awesomeness. If you ever need physical magic stuff, please keep them on your radar and consider them for your physical magic needs. All right, here we go. We have a Yorion to start. Now, there's a lot of question and controversy around whether you're supposed to companion Yorion, and today we are under the new companion rules. So if we take Yorion and try to companion it, it's going to cost us 3 mana to bring it to hand. What's up, Hat? Oh, I see. You're making a Yorion joke. I get it, Hat. I thought you were actually trying to get my attention. Anyway, we'll start with Yorion. I'm looking here, and I see a Stinger and a Healer and a Vantrasaur that stand out as high picks in a cycling deck. What else is going on here? Primal Empathy is interesting, but it's kind of gone down for me. It's still good, but I thought it was going to be amazing, and it's just been good. But we'll take Yorion. There's nothing. I'm just trying to figure out what else we're passing. Glimmerbell maybe comes back or something, but and we could do some sort of mutate thing. One thing about Yorion and mutate is that there's not a lot in this set for Yorion to exile and bring back for ETB value. There just really isn't. However, one thing you can do is exile and bring back a mutate stack, and then you get all the creatures individually, and sometimes that's what you want to do with your mutate stacks. Anyway, we'll take Yorion, and probably not companion it here, especially with the new rules nerfing it a little more, and probably just have a nice flexible first pick. Second pick, not looking great. We've got a Boneyard Lurker as a decent mutate dude, although it's neither white nor blue, which is where we started. Vulpikeet does the mutate stack thing, but is hardly worth a first pick. Yeah, I'm kind of on lockdown spec. Yorion in a top-end white X human deck could be fine. And I don't see anything else here that justifies pivoting. Like, I like the Lurker, but I really do want to try and support this Yorion, so I'm going to go ahead and take the lockdown on spec. Maybe we build around it, maybe we don't play it, but this is a build around card. This is the type of effect that makes the human deck sing at uncommon. I hear you, Pajamin, but what would you take there? That's why I call this a spec and not like a windmill slam. Yes, we're doing it. It's more like, well, if this ends up in our deck, it will probably be very good there. If it doesn't end up in our deck, the opportunity cost to spec on it felt pretty low to me. Parcel Beast always jumps out at me when I see it. It's a strong card, and we could have some kind of Bant thing. Again, this can be cast as a 3 blue, so if we went Parcel Beast, we don't even need to be Bant, we could just be Simic. There are some tools for cycling here. Again, we see another Stinger, a Healer. Heron is also interesting. Heron could be part of the curve out into Nomad. But I think given that it ultimately does match, if we think of this as a blue creature, this could really match, and it's quite powerful. I hate that we're passing the cycling deck. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. It looks like we're potentially passing a good one, although we haven't seen any of the mega payoffs or anything. So I'm just always nervous about passing good cycling, but I like the Beast here. Yeah, Stinger is human. Stinger is you can absolutely play Boros humans or whatever, but you can make the argument. I mean, you could take Stinger and lean into this. I'm trying to lean into the Yorion a little more, although you can play Yorion in a white-red Stinger deck. Yeah, Stinger is probably the most flexible. I'm maybe starting to talk myself into that a little bit. With the lockdown, we can always cycle one if we don't end up there. This is pick 3, Parcel Beast. Dirt Sleep wants Healer over Stinger. I get that it's white and our lockdown and Nomad are white, but Stinger is so much better than Healer when the deck comes together that I think we want to do. We would want to do that. It's close. Time's running out. I guess I'll take the Parcel Beast. Let's lean away from cycling, at least for some entertainment purposes. But we'll see. I'm just trying to read the table. That's a pretty strong card to still be in there. Ivy Elemental. Or now Boneyard Lurker. If we're like Boneyard Lurker, Yorion, Parcel Beast, do start a weirdish Simic... a weirdish Simic start. It doesn't look very Simic, but it is. I mean, obviously the lockdown, not so much. We'll take the Lurker. Maybe now the other one wheels, and we are kind of a weird looking Simic-y mutate deck. But that seems like the best card in the pack. So on the path of trying to figure out what the table is telling me, I like the Lurker here. Pajaman wants the Bug. I don't hate that. I think this is more like abstractly powerful, but Bug is more important in the format, if that makes sense. Like Bug is a synergistic, cheap 2-drop that can really wreak havoc on decks that don't, I've run into the Bug against, even yesterday, like, it was not on here. It was, I drafted with my buddy Adam in our play group, and a friend of the show, Matt, who I don't know if he's around today. Sometimes he's lurking. Maybe Matt's out there. But Matt crushed. I made it to the finals. I was 2-0, and Matt was 2-0. And then Matt just went 3-0, 6-0 on the day, utterly crushing with a red-black removal-heavy deck. And the Bugs were insane in his deck against me because I had a bunch of 2-2s, and my 2-2s just matched up awful so badly against his Bugs. So I'm definitely with you on the power of that Bug. Vantasaur here holds out. Oh, we didn't really... If we took the Stinger, I'd take Vantasaur, but now we are kind of looking for a green-blue mutate thing. I kind of like the Lynx and One Mind here, but I think Rex is worth... Yeah, Lynx does have ETB for Yorion, and that's very nice. And it's, but Rex is... Well, we could pivot, like with Lurker. I could see us ending up in a Sultai situation where we're doing some reanimation. I think the possibility that we end up in Recursion is still high enough that I'm going to take the uncommon with that upside potential over some commons that I think we can pick up later. Pajaman thinks we want all the Lynxes we can get. Maybe so. Maybe this is not the right pick. But I think this is a reasonable spec. We're best of one, so Plummet doesn't leap out at me here. We have a Terron that we could take as a reasonable mutate target. That hexproof has proven quite good for these. Any deck leaning towards mutating, I really do like having a hexproof target. There's also some black flowing here. We could take like a Leech and more look towards green-black, although then, if we're base green-black, Yorion becomes a non-issue. I'm going to stick with Wingfold because of that. I would really like to play Yorion. Losing Yorion, not a big cost called. Perhaps. Feels like a reasonable cost to me. I saw this link, saw this ambush, but I think we just want a Great Horn. And then I am starting to already get anxious about lack of places to mutate and lack of interaction. So I do want, you know, I've passed a Frost Lynx for this spec. Now I'm passing another Frost Lynx for Great Horn. But we do want some interaction. And I do want some 2-drops that we can mutate on. And hopefully, if... Oh, go away with that. Nothing amazing here. I think I actually take a Vulpikeet in case Bant Mutate ends up where we're going. And Goriak is okay. Goriak and Serval does... I don't feel like we're very close to white. And... But if we are going to spec on something white, I want it to be in on the mutate plan. That's why. Like... But yeah, you're right. Because I don't think of this as... I think of this as like a splash direction. Serval... I guess it's Goriak. Yeah, or it could be Serval, but like, again, I guess it has Vigilance. Yeah, we can take a Serval in case we mutate. I suppose the hedge to Serval is best. I'm really unimpressed with both Mosscoat and Serval, but if we're looking at things we want to mutate on, you want to mutate on the Serval more than the Mosscoat because it's cheaper. And, oh man, we got a Brushwag that can support our mutate, which I suppose we have to do, but I'm really uncomfortable with these cycle 1s going around. I think we're going to lose to a very good cycling deck today, I can tell you that. So we'll take the Wag, but I already don't like where we're headed. And I also want a Gust of Wind to have some interaction. I've really been suffering with these, I've had it, find a hard time. I have found it hard to find success with mutate lately, and I feel like it's been a lack of interaction. I feel like I've just been doing mutate stuff, and then it all gets easily killed by my opponent's great removal. Fenner says Gust is unplayable without flyers. I disagree. I think it's not great without flyers, but I also think if you don't have any interaction in your green-blue deck, you do what you got to do, right? I don't know we're green-blue yet, but that's... Again, what I'm thinking about. Talked a lot about the Mysterious Egg in relative to these mutate decks, and I hate what a miserable top deck it is. All of the other things that you can point out as good early mutate, Brushwag, Serval, these do something as top decks. I mean, a 1/4 Vigilance, not amazing, but if I top deck it, okay, right? Mysterious Egg, gosh, you top deck it and you're just like... Why is this in my deck? And I actually don't think Egg into Parcel Beast is the best curve. I mean, you can do it, but I tend to like to try to drop the Parcel Beast when I can activate it. Although there's not many things that kill a Parcel Beast on turn 2. So, yeah, we can take the Bond and worry about eggs later. But see, this is what I'd rather have. I'd rather just have more Brushwags. The Egg is just such a low totem, you know, low priority payoff is what I should say. Low priority mutate target for me. And yeah, we can do a migratory path as well, but I think Brushwag, I'd rather try to get our ramp on in this type of deck via multiple Great Horns and Brushwags rather than migration path. Arrow is removal, and this is where it gets a little conflicting, but I still think we're base blue-green here with maybe playing white. So I'm going to continue to be a little bit... Anybody take an Aegis Turtle, which is about as bad. I'd rather have the egg. I think that, like, although this is an 05 that if you top deck can block or whatever, I don't think we're playing this main. We can take a Sabertooth. But I think we'll take the turtle, because we're not playing Plummet, so I'm going to take the turtle and then remove it from the deck for now. Blade Banish here is nice if we end up playing some white. That's some interaction. Wilt is a fine pickup, though. Love to have that. We might even cut it, but it's nice to have access to it. Ugh. The Boros deck is going to wreck us. I say this again. We could take a Sandworm in the... as something to do in the top end. Probably just want an Otter, though. Fenner says, hate draft the Fox. I'm not hate drafting, although you could run this. You know, it does have cycling 1. Otter or Worm? I want Otter because we are trying to mutate, and Otter is a reasonable mutate target, especially if we can get like a Heron. Yeah, I get... Yeah, those of you who want Sandworm, I get it. But we really need to be thinking about what our deck is trying to do. And if we have Lurker that can only mutate, and Parcel Beast and Great Horn, and we're looking for more mutate, you know, I really think we want... I really think we want the Otter. I'm a little surprised, actually, that I'm this far from so many people in chat. What an awful pack 2 pick 1, though. I don't think we are served by that Fox. It's just going to be an insane card for somebody else, but I'm not going to take a weak card for us. It is a mutate target, though. That's fair. This is what I want to be mutating on, though, right? But I think here we have to take a Ram through over Farfinder. We are not really... I mean, What do you think? I think it's Farfinder or Ram through, and I'm just worried that we don't have any interaction yet, really. Are our colors even open? Well, it's pack 2, pick 2, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, what are you... Fenner says Ram is barely removal. Are you on Farfinder? Well... Is this the best punch spell ever printed? I don't think that's the best punch spell ever printed, is it? Maybe. Well, all right. I can take Farfinder. It was where I went initially, but I think good or bad, we need some interaction, and that card provides it. Luris. Luris. Are we Luris? Are we white green? I mean, I see this Heron. I think we're definitely... We got to be blue. Or maybe we don't. We could splash the Parcel Beast, not play the Otter. You want the Symbiote over the Heron? Heron did not wheel. Why do we think blue is open? We had a Heron in pack 1 and it did not come around. I know that you're not... I know that you said if, and I'm giving you my feelings on the likelihood of that if. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my Heron gut over Lynx Symbiote. Maybe we'll wheel something here. Passing a lot of Lynxes. Another Farfinder. Ominous Seas would be a 2. Let's take another Farfinder, though. You're on Keen Sight Mentor? I'm not. I'm on Farfinder again. Farfinder is truly one of my favorite mutate targets. I love mutating onto Farfinder. The vigilance is great, and I've already gotten value out of the Farfinder. Yeah, Hodge didn't like passing that Seas, but it didn't feel like what we were doing exactly. I mean, anybody can play the Seas if you're blue, because playing it on 2 is just good. But the 2 Farfinders make me like what's going on here better. I still like the Otter pick. No regrets yet. Clock's a little long, but blame Oppos. We have a Glimmerbell as a mutate target and another opportunity to Sandworm. I clicked Glimmerbell as my place to start, but I could be talked into a Sandworm if you think we really need to do that. But I think, again, I'm just trying to play to what we're trying to do. We have a Dreamtail Heron, we have a Boneyard Lurker, Parcel Beast, and Great Horn. We've got 4 things we want to mutate. I kind of want more mutate things, and but getting a 2-drop mutate target is quite nice. Yeah, Glimmerbell Parcel Beast is too hard to pass up, right? No, this is just... I used our soda stream to make soda water and added some fresh lime. So this is just soda water with lime. Snare Tactician is frustrating to see. Felidar is interesting. We could absolutely have the splash capability here. And we have 1, 2, 3 cards already with natural vigilance. So that's going to be our pick here. But terrified of the cycling deck. Clearly there's only at most one. I think there's only one cycler. I mean, look, we got a pack 2, pick 6, Snare Tactician, Marmoset, Stinger, charge. So yes, I would say that cycling is well open. But we're not going to worry about it. We're going to hope that only one person is in cycling and they have a stupid good deck, and I just take my loss from it and move on this week. Kind of coming up with some sweet stuff here. We could take a healer both to... I think it's a reasonable 2. Trouble is you can't mutate onto it. But if we are white, green, you know, what are we? I don't think we're a Wild Bonder. We're not trampling. I guess we have Wags. So this could be a place where we take Gust. I have to do the math later, Andy. I don't like this cat. Why are we taking the cat? Oh, because you can mutate on it. I think we actually have a good density of early mutate stuff now. I actually want more things to mutate. You know, more mutants. I'm gonna take Gust here. It's some interaction. Here's our first pick from the pack, showing up 8th, which is why people, I think, wanted the worm, because you can get these, but I still don't mind. And we could take a fully grown, but I think we just want another otter. Maybe we get another heron, and otters into herons are some pretty good card draw. Yeah, fundamentally, you're just comparing cost per gem to the $100 bundle. That's why I say I can't do just the math off the top of my head. but you generally want to compare gem costs against the gem rate on the $100 bundle. And I would say that it would really surprise me if cycling decks so open. It would surprise me if they would offer a bundle that wasn't a better deal than that. Yeah, we could do solid footing. It does have the vigilance thing, but are we doing that? Just like, I also don't think we're running 2 banishes though. Maybe we do 2 banishes, but I almost want to just take the coordinated charge. Yeah, or Will. Will's probably better for this deck, right? I can't bring my... I don't think we're doing this right now. I'm going to take Will over solid footing. Funny, Draneth Magistrate no longer even hoses companions. Could take Jungle Hollow in case we want to splash the black. Because also it would help us hard cast a Boneyard Lurker sometimes. Adventurous Impulse would help us find stuff, but I like the Hollow here. It's a pretty easy inclusion that does support a card we do intend to play here. Mammoth comes back. Cloud Piercer going around, so maybe we're not going to have to face, well, this one. Who knows? But I will take the Honey Mammoth. Definitely taking the sails. Oh, sorry, Numenor. You can always join our Discord and get my daily announcement messages on the start of the stream. Spinnerets could be a... I think yeah, this further cuts from the cycling deck, but Spinnerets is a playable surprise. I think I'll take the Spinnerets, first Spinnerets over second Will. But look at this cycling deck stuff going around. It's insano. Somebody's getting hooked up and is like, how is Ryan letting me have this deck? Well, one early choice. We took Parcel Beast over Stinger and probably dictated the direction of this draft from that one pick. Winota for the punishment, but Pouncing Shore Shark for the reward. Another symbiote. We did not get that one symbiote on the wheel, but again, I do believe we have decent 2-drop mutate stuff going on now, and where there's a Brushwag that's likely to wheel. I would be lucky to get the symbiote back, but I still think we take the shark here. Did anybody disagree? Like we have the stuff to do it on. We need stuff to do now, so I'm going to take...
Who is it?
Telegram.
Yeah, the cycling deck would have been there and would have been good for us. Adding a Winota wouldn't have hurt. I only have... There's a bunch of Landshark lines because they did that skit 3 or 4 times. I should add more of the Landshark audio options. I only got like 3 of them in there. Yeah, I would take Winota, pack 1, pick 1 basically every time. Depends on... I mean, what's your... I guess not over... I might take Zenith Flare over her. And I guess we're moving in on Frondlin Felidars here. Maybe the solid footing comes back and we do play this nonsense. Oh, we have a Goriak too, don't we? I forgot. Oh no, we didn't take the Goriak. Okay. Well, maybe we'll wheel that. Give me some intangible. The reason I would mostly take Winota pack one pick one is that as a floor she's great. Her colors are in the best color pair in the set, and while it's not some kind of linchpin piece of the cycling deck, it's certainly playable in there. And you attack with some non-humans and you get your stingers in play and stuff. Like I've run Winota in cycling and she's quite good in that. And just messing around there. Oh, look at Obosh. Bagosh Obosh. Another Jungle Hollow. We could take a Phase Dolphin for mutate target / getting otters through. This probably wheels, though. I don't think we need to prioritize Phase Dolphin or like Facet Reader. Yeah, Mare is playable. Mutating onto this isn't the worst. I think I take the Mare. We are going to be Bant here. There's no way we're not going to try and make double Felidar not work. So the land shark bit. Well, go watch you should go, like Dionysus, go to YouTube, or somebody can find a land shark skit on YouTube and share it with chat. That's fine. But basically the nature of the bit is some mysterious person is at the door trying to get the person to open the door with a bunch of weird, odd statements. And then they finally open the door and it turns out it's Jaws. It's a shark and they get eaten, right? But a shark should not be at your front door. That's the joke. And then if you look at Pouncing Shore Shark, I mean, it's a shark that's crawling onto the shore and has arms. So it's obviously the SNL land shark. Yeah, I think we're splashing blue. I think that's looking like what's happening here. We have a weak rare, but we do have flyers. I should say it's a swingy rare, high risk rare. I only ever want to play this if I'm have flyers. Auricorn is white mutate. That isn't the worst. Yeah, we are going harder into white, so maybe it's time to take Arrow for some interaction early. But it does have Vigilance. I'm going to be greedy and take the Auricorn. Because we're kind of doing... we have interaction in the sense of Felidar with a million Vigilant creatures. So let's do that. Skybonder cannot be mutated upon, but does make our flyers tougher to deal with. However, I think we just take Subdual. Giraffid is something we hopefully get on the wheel. I know we're trying to splash blue, but I would splash Subdual. And I'm not going to rush anything out of the deck yet. We may cut Otters, we may cut Glimmerbell, etc. But let's actually finish the draft first. Definitely taking Fertilid here. I've kind of just accepted that I'm losing to the cycling deck. I'm just curious if it's one or two of them and who has it. Got to get my safety win somewhere else. A lot of options. Got to start making some cuts here. Rex didn't really end up paying off. We might keep it. If the game goes long, we could end up hard casting it, and cycling isn't the worst. Probably not playing this, honestly. I'm going to cut this just so we can see our current numbers. Probably cutting Will of the All Hunter as not quite good enough. Mentor is not mutate onable, but there's nothing else for us here, so we'll take Mentor. And I don't think we're not playing it. I don't know. You'd cut something, cut like the Raptor. Yeah, maybe it's good with the brush, good enough with the Brushwags. I guess we'll take it. Which Raptor are we talking about? Yeah, it's just that tricks, like, what is the job of Will? What's the job of this card? The job of this card is to interact with attackers in a profitable way for you, for us. And we have double Felidar and a bunch of Vigilance, so that's making me less concerned about... it's kind of a non-bow. Like, Will wants you to block, and the Felidars are saying we're not going to even have them attack. Here's a solid footing we could grab now, and yeah, I think maybe we run it. It's just hard to fit these in. I mean, look at, there's a lot going on. We got a lot of cuts to make already, so I don't know if solid footing makes the cut given all we're trying to do. But I suppose we could. Here's an arrow. We were, again, the things I've been saying regarding removal stand with the arrow as well as the Will of the All Hunter. But I would rather have arrow than Will of the All Hunter. And I'm looking at fight as one as well. This is a good way. Yeah, I'm going to take this because another thing that we can do is try to prevent our opponent's interaction from working. It doesn't even... Hey, stop worrying about whether or not this gets two things. The reason to play this is because we're trying to protect mutants. So I'm going to take that for that reason. We could take another solid footing, but if we like the Vigilance plan, let's just take a Goriak. I'd rather have another Vigilance creature to support the Felidars than the solid footing. And we can, yeah, I guess cut at least one Otter. Maybe both Otters. I don't know if... I think Glimmerbell is still good enough with Parcel Beast and that we should run it, but I don't love it. Here's another human. Do we want fully grown? We now have this this mentor we're considering. Are we? I don't think we're main decking Light of Hope. I don't think we need a facet reader. It's blue anyway. Might want a mole, but we'll take Fully Grown. That's an interesting possibility, but I just don't think we're playing it. We got so much, like, we have so many playables. Do we want Reach? Do we want Colossification? I mean, we have enough Trample that we technically have Trample. Gem Wheel. Funny. This is a tough one. Oh, that's true. It has Vigilance. We'll take the Vigilance creature. But I don't think we're doing any of that again. I don't think we're doing any of this. I don't think we're doing Gust. Maybe we're running one Blade Banish. Don't think we're even Honey Mammothing. Another Vigilance option. If we run one, maybe. I don't think we're running two. Not Cutting Shark. Why you all want to... East, why, like, our mana's great, right? For those of you, like, really looking to cut away at the blue, we should really play what we think are the best cards, because we have the... we have two Farfinders and a Fertilid and a Great Horn. So I'm feeling good about our ability to find an island or two. And I'm thinking, my question is, are we cutting Glimmerbell, even though it interacts with Parcel Beast, and are we cutting are we cutting Terran? But that's easy splash because it's 6 mana. Yeah, we could get rid of the Rex. It is a Vigilance deck. I think there's a lot of Vigilance matters going on here. We didn't get the Bonder or whatever, but 2 Felidars kind of makes it a Vigilance deck. We're definitely base green and then kind of double splashing off the base green. If you really look at it. Yeah, people seem to really want a light blue splash when I want a much heavier blue presence in the deck. And we're down to 25 anyway, so what are we cutting? Yeah, Footing might be too cute. It does pose quite a question if you can go Serval into Footing, but... Resonator thinks people play this too much. Resonator, I think when you're doing the mutate thing, it's really nice to have one of these. I don't know. I've struggled. That's where this is the kind of thing you can struggle against when you're the removal heavy deck. But we got to cut something. I think Solid Footing is correct to go, and then we need one more cut. Yeah, Bell, I guess, can go. It's hard, though. Yeah, I kind of would rather cut a clunky Flycatcher over a Bell. I know we won't play it on 2, but we don't need to play it on 2 for it to eventually do what we want. I don't know. Maybe I'm just clinging. Like, if we didn't have Parcel Beast, I would let go of the Glimmerbell. Maybe I'm just being too enamored with this possibility. I I really think, I mean, if you look at this, we're just about as equal blue as we are white. I really think this is just base green splashing blue and white. Yeah, Felidar does make us want to have the Vigilant, that's for sure. So what else can be let go? We could let go of all of our interaction, just cut the Blade Banish, and here's the sideboard for those of you looking at. White is our early plays. What do you mean? We have a Serval. Splendor Mayor, if you can cast it on 3, fine, but it's like, this is a cycling, you know, this has a lifelink cycle or whatever. Really, our important white starts on 4, and really Glimmerbell and Serval are, to me, the same thing. They're both 2 drops in our off colors hanging out, probably being unlikely to cast. Mike wants Banish in. Lot of call to cut the Terran. We could try this as a starting place. 17 land may be a lot for 2 Farfinders, Fertilid, and Greathorn. We don't have a lot of expensive sinks. I mean, we have Felidar activations or whatever, and Glimmerbell untaps and Parcel Beast. So maybe we're doing enough activating. I'm a little worried, and we have Brushwag, so that's a sink. Maybe we have enough sinking to be that this is fine. Cut a land for footing. Boy, people really want this solid footing. Maybe it's another kind of version of Fight as One that's reasonable in this deck. Not cutting the blue, Rob. All y'all let go of cutting the blue. Like, this is basically, I'm down to finding the narrow final swaps. We're doing heavy green, medium blue, medium white. So no more suggestions on that. We could just be greedy and run this and do 16 land. Well, top is too heavy. This is kind of a 4. This is a 2. This is a 4. This is a 4. So, looks heavy, but really we're just heavy at 4. Yeah, we're going to run the tap land. I'm figuring out lands after this. All right, maybe we'll try 16. Well, Graphit is certainly one of the final inclusions, and we could just cut that. 16 is we can consider that a cycling 2, as well as what I mean, not the number 2. Cutting a Brushwag, what does that look like? 1, 2. Trouble is, these are our reliable early mutate targets. I guess the Farfinders are as well. I think I want 2 Wags. Shark out. Not cutting the Shore Shark. No. I mean, I'd rather cut a Blade Banish and just rely on these Felidars. I think I'm going to cut the Banish and go 17. We'll try this. Sorry, Grandma. All right, now let's bring in this. And we're going to get kind of like 4, 4, 0, 8. So that's 9 green, 4, 4. Maybe that's not enough. I guess with this we can go... You go like 5, 4. You like this? No, we just had one. There was a pack one, pick one where some people were suggesting taking the second jungle hollow, but I did not. I think it's a little too cute resonator. I'm really intending to mutate the lurker, and it's fine. It's fine to just think of this as a mutate only card, and to mise a hollow, fine. But I don't think I want to mess our mana. I'm already uncomfortable with this mana as it is. Yeah, this is best of one though. So the trouble with Blade Banish as sideboard is that we don't get that choice. I think I'm just going to run with this. I guess I could use a little bio break before we actually start the action though. So I'm going to hold this up and you all can talk about the final changes. Absolutely need Banish. I don't know, these Fronlin Felidars say to me that we don't absolutely need anything. We have a lot of interaction. We have 2 Felidars turning on all of our vigilant creatures. We have Pouncing Shore Shark to bounce stuff, Subdual. We have protection of our own if it's combat based. Anyway, so I think the stance that we absolutely need Blade Banish is a little strong. Now, of course, I just had it in my deck, so I would like to find a way to fit it in, but I pushed back against the need claim. That being said, give me a moment. I'll be back in a minute or two, and then we'll export this or make any final decisions. If you all want to run some polls amongst yourselves or whatever, go for it, but I will be right back. Hello, I'm back. Fenor, I think you're being disingenuous. That kind of annoys me. Like, saying removal is bad now, apparently. I guess that's the lesson we learned this week. Come on, Fenor, be intellectually honest. I just, A, said that I really do want to include it and I'm trying to figure it out, but B, I went through all of our interaction. We have a ton of interaction, actually, because of these Felidars and all of our vigilance, and it really kind of irks me that someone who is such a strong contributor around here would come at me with such a disingenuous statement and kind of sarcastic needling like that when I gave real reasons for what I was thinking. And that being said, I think I do. I was, as I was at the on my bio break, I was thinking about it, and I do think solid footing just feels too cute. Like, I don't. What do we like? On the one hand, it does the job of saving stuff, so I get that solid footing is doing a fight as one job, but I also feel like I don't need in this deck the cleverness of haha, we're butt fighting now. You know, I just feel like if we win, we're just gonna, it's because we take over with tapping and, like, I don't know. Solid footing feels like it synergizes, but it's approaching winning the game in a way that I don't love. It's not light interaction. If one of these Felidars lands and we have multiple vigilance creatures out, it's heavy interaction. That being said, despite my agitation at the way you're approaching this debate, Fenor, I ultimately agree with you that we're going to bring in Blade Banish, and I'm going to cut the solid footing for now. I might mix it up later. That's where I'm going to go with this for right now. I'm going to run this. Stop doing that, though, auto mana. Let's do this and export. Oh, you can turn off auto. Yeah, there you go. I should do that. Thanks. So that's where I landed. That yes, this is synergistic, but a little too cute as opposed to just having a hard answer. All right, back over here. Actually, let's go to deck building. Which one, Flipperoo? Looks like I have some. All right, and go to. Now, scene is correct because I'm actually doing some deck building here. Oh, look. Actually, don't have those. Let's see. Apply some styles. Craft all. I gotta redeem a wild card. And I'm gonna throw some land in the board. Anybody claim land bling today? Oh, it's not best of 3. That's fair. Anyway, anybody claim land bling? I'm gonna choose. Okay, there we go. Nyx, you got it. Nyx. Dink. Cut the swamp. cut an island, add 2 forests. That's where we were, I believe. And this is going to be, well, front, we gotta do a Felidar pun. Felinar? I don't know. Fell in love. Jungle Hollow unbox. I'm just gonna go with that. Let's play. Okie doke. Let's get it going. First up, Sir Tur. I don't know who this is user-wise, but this is my first oppo today. Now let's get to Battlefield and let's adjust our info. Currently 0-0. We got Brushwag into Heron. I'm going to keep that. Don't have our white yet, but we'll get there. And this is Iko versus chat. Oh yeah, it's our pack one, pick one. I forgot about that dude. That critter. All right, let's get some action and some lands, and there we go. All right, at least we got all of our stuff now. Nothing to do on turn 2 or turn 3 is a little rough, although we did get the Brushwag down, which is at least we did something early. But this is a little... Oh, Great Horn. Wow, is there ever... Wow, are you a turn late? Oh, Great Horn. Not great, Great Horn. I'm gonna go... We could just play the Felidar and see if they can do something about it. And if they're willing to attack into it, we could play the Heron and draw a card. Well, I might as well attack, but I need to decide if we're going to mutate on it first. If we're not going to mutate on it, then we attack and then play the Felidar, right? But if we're going to mutate on it, we do that now. The risks, you know, if we Heron, we don't get to really attack. But if they have a Heron, we'll be happy to have an Air Force. I think I'm going to play the Heron because of that. And I'm going to stay back on D. And that means I have to be willing to block, but I am. Or at least I'm willing to force Sir Tur to threaten an attack. I mean, if there's an attack here, I have to decide. Maybe we won't risk it, but I'm hoping the threat of block puts off Sir Tur from even attacking. One of the reasons I decided on the Heron over the Felidar flower is that I don't want to lose the Felidar. If Oppo has some removal here, I'd rather put our Heron at risk. Even though it kind of becomes a 2-for-1 with the Wag, although we got our card back. That's why I like the Heron as a mutate. It would be ultimately be a 2-for-2. So if they choose to do some removing here, that's how that can go. And also, next turn we could Yorion our own stack here and unlock the Wag and unlock the Heron. Oh yeah, Cardboard Live is definitely off because I restarted after my fuse blew. So this now looks to be a free attack, and I got a block. If they've got the tricks here, yeah, if it's rammed through, I'm gonna tip cap. It's still a 2 for 2, but I could not let that thing connect, right? Would you have blocked? Fenar, you said ram through, but we have to block apparently. Would you have not blocked there? I like making them have it. Especially since it was a bounce off block. Now we could do... Let's see, this doesn't threaten to kill it. I'm going to go Felidar, and then... next turn, we can, like, there's a couple options we have. If we draw land, we can consider Goriak, mutate Greathorn. If it was not a bounce-off attack, if Parcel Beast attacking in was suicidal, then I would actually not have blocked. That's kind of the irony of the bounce block. It just looks easier to block because of all that. Here's who ended up with our symbiotes that we wished we had, but also at the time we were making symbiote choices, we did have the mutate targets ready at that point. Yeah, exactly. We can Goriak Greathorn here, but then we can't tap down. Which maybe is okay for right now. And then next turn we can Yorion unlocking our stack and then having taps. So I like that. I'm going to do it. Also, though, we will start with an attack. That's the thing. We didn't take the symbiotes because we had the Brushwags. Like, we had some stuff to do on that front. That's an interesting point, Fenor. Yeah, we didn't talk about that they could have held it back for value and didn't. I'm just checking. Let's see. Might as well get an island because of Glimmerbell. If we can hold on to both of these creatures and untap, then I like our spot a bit. This Parcel Beast is getting out of hand, though. Unfortunately, we did not end up protesting yesterday because so my daughter had intended to... I was going to drive her to meet someone that she was going to be with during the protest, and then I was going to be there for a little bit. But two things happened. Her friend bailed and couldn't make it, and the protest wasn't organized enough for me. We postponed. We're going to participate in the next large scale organized by a known entity type protest instead of forcing it yesterday. That was what we decided. All right, so I think we have a good attack here, and then we'll Yorion. And the Blade Banish is going to come in handy against that Mammoth. But really, this Parcel Beast is going to get us if we don't get them. I guess may as well. We have Wags, should play our land. Yeah, we're gonna look, there's definitely one plan for like the 14th. If we don't see a better planned one before the 14th, there's one for the 14th. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna actually copy and paste that Krala. That's the other thing. A Saturday protest would be nicer for me. Banish. If we send in both, unfortunately, it's, well, if we're willing to trade a Great Horn or a Goriak for a Symbiote, we can send in with everything. I think we would on this board in this spot. So let's do it. Also, we do need to get him dead. Yeah, it's tough, Nantuko. There's a lot of push and pull on the lands. That's a fair observation. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana with Brushwags is also legit. Yeah, that was much better than solid footing for us, right? Oh boy, we got a lot riding on this Yorion right now. I will hold land now, though. A 9th land, much less important. But Cavern Whisperer, we did see them going by, and although at this point, this is now just a bluff, right? Because it's kind of almost to get him to use the Cavern Whisperer as a mutate. When Nantuko was saying hold the land, or was it Nantuko? It was because we actually had a spell in hand too. Yeah, true. We could have blown out the Parcel Beast block. Did the Parcel Beast we blocked with something with Vigilance, right? I can't remember now. I think part of it, was that with the Mammoth known, it just I fully expected the Mammoth the following turn. Yeah, so that's true. Like, we did happen to get a Mammoth dead, but if we had
Who is it?
Hey, look. Now we'll do it all. Actually, we don't even need to... Let's see. We go 5 on this, 1 on the Wag. It doesn't even matter. The land doesn't really matter here. But now we're in this spot where the Shore Shark can just keep... Well, the thing is, I think we maybe could have beaten the 6/6 on the ground, but Yorion... with Yorion racing in the air. See, now this is where these are these fiddly decisions that I'm sure I mess up, but they're not significant. But it's like, we hold the land, we're trying to represent like a ram through or something. We play the land, you know, yeah. And so like with no hand to protect, this is where we do play the land. Nantuko's comment was about protecting our actual action from being discarded. If they keep piling mutants onto the shore shark, though, we might just never, you know, never get there again. That's the power of the shark. There are people suggesting we cut the shark, and I was just, are you kidding? Like, the shark is just a vector to winning the game. Look at this. Here's the downside of this type of card. Not a great top deck. At least we get to reset these. The combination of a shore shark piling up mutate targets and a parcel beast is just wrecking us. Hard to come back here, huh? I don't know. No great targets for the bounce. It's like you kind of give it. We have the keyword bad deck going. All right. That helps if they go for a mutate, right? Get that ready. I didn't do the block because I think we can... Well, look, the mammoth changed everything. The mammoth changes a lot here, but my thought on not even trying to kill Archie is that we had a turn, we could take it, we can worry about Archie next turn, try to find an answer, something like this, right? And then also have Brushwag up for pumps. So that was my thinking. 6, 7, 8, 9 gives us... we're so close. At 10, we could double pump Brushwag and Subdual, which is really unfortunate. But I think we just pass here. At 28, though, this is going to be very tough to come back from now. And these two beasties. So I think we have to say no attacks and hope that a pump on the wag and a subdual combine to give us something to win with. But getting edged out by better draws from a mirror match, basically. Sultai mutate versus Bant mutate. Yeah. Parcel Beast must be nice. We have one of those somewhere. Now we're trying to somehow win on decking. Why is it making you wonder, Pajaman? I mean, at what pick? I mean, this is just... We made picks, and there was large, mostly agreement. There were some controversial ones, but... Okay, I'm just gonna... Subdue... Like, do we subdual the Parcel Beast? CFNR. No problem. Come back anytime. Anyway, yeah, Subdual. I guess if they find a mutant, we're just gonna get tap down and lose. Yeah, this is just bad news bears all around. But I'm gonna play the Sedul on Archie so that we have the double pump on Wag. Yeah, we had a cycling deck in that we... Thanks, deck. Thank you very much. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now there's no real need to... I mean, I guess we're close to triple pump or whatever, but it doesn't really do much. I don't think we can win from this position. John, I just checked. It's like, you know, 15 or it's too far. We don't have the tools here. We're gonna lose. Well, they got their parcel beast, we did not, and that was the difference. Magic Star is up next. Good game. Oh, I know Parcel Beast is a card. Would have loved to have found ours. Nice keep. We at least have a 3. Would like to find a mutate target from here, but a nice 3/4. All right, nothing for our early game. Glimmer Bell, come on. Oh my god, the late creatures we've been experiencing are frustrating. I'm gonna actually play the Glimmer Bell here over the Mentor. Maybe I should just play the Mentor. Yeah, we do get to re-trigger this. I'm just gonna play the Mentor, use all of our mana. You want the Bell? Like, what's our plan? Do you want the Bell so that we can go Bell into Heron or something? The thing is, if we go Mentor, we can go Mentor into Felidar, into your, you know... I'm gonna go Mentor. I'm gonna use all of our... use all our mana and put the biggest power on board, and then the re-trigger still gets our action from Hornbash. That's another good point. Mutating Heron into Bell isn't really the plan. You want to mutate Heron into a ground creature. We'll play Felidar for right now, but...
Who is it?
Mrs. Robin,
Who said that was Chevy Chase's only on-screen character? Doesn't... I mean, he played... Ford, right?
All right, everyone, chill.
I was hoping to get the land to do the Yorion good times. Yeah, he did the newses himself, but I know he played Gerald Ford. Maybe that is not what you mean by character. Yeah, we have a 2-spell play here, so we're going to do that. Let's attack with our mentor. If this Felidar can live, maybe we can actually start doing what we meant to do when we drafted 2 of these things. Mutate Shark onto Felidar. I didn't really like putting our Shark on the making such a huge target out of our Felidar. That's a great time for a Cavern Whisperer. What are we ditching? That is super rough. Almost makes me want to get rid of Yorion. Yorion is a 4/5. This is a 3/4 that draws us a card. Flip says Heron not close. Flip, don't... I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, you want... For one... keeping Yorion gives us a mentor retrigger, 1 mentor retrigger, and an extra point of power and toughness. I know you're not. I'm sorry, but I want you to talk it out more. Why do you think this is not close when you're... the difference is a card versus a point of power and toughness. Well, I don't know if this is valuable without mutate. I think it's valuable because of this, I suppose. Yeah, that's another thing. We don't even have the land for this yet. All right. Controversial, but I'm going to ditch Yorion. No lifelink here, right? I think I'm down for a race. Not much choice, anyway. I undervalue the untap, and we do have a bunch of vigilance. In this case, I think I'm going to go Great Horn and start tapping. We're gonna... I'm gonna mutate Great Horn, or we could mutate several and just Serval and start setting them back, but let's do... I'm gonna do this plan. And I think I want this on the bell. And we'll put the Heron on the Serval. Gotta tap the Whisperer. Maybe we leave the Great Horn to threaten block on the flyer. I think I like this. This does have Death Touch, so if we block here, we're giving up this combo, but I think it's worth it. If they do offer it. We have action behind. I mean, they do too. More Gandmore doesn't like this particular line. The GD and more. Is that how do you want me to say your name? Is it the GD and more? The Gadandmore? Maybe I'll just call you the Gadandmore. All right. We'll. Actually, wait. I'm not going to block with this, so let's tap with it. Yeah, there's a bell under here. Frostlink's under here. Yeah, tapping the bell just means they have, they have to pay 2 mana to attack, right? I am snap blocking with this Great Horn if they attack. Well, what does it mean? What's the GD? This has flash. What can we do about that? So now we go Shark, Serval, Bounce, Tap, get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think we just win now, right? With the tap out especially. Yeah, it's true we didn't need the shark. But I'll take it.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All right, pulled it even. We're 1-1. And I am going to see who's next. Good game. Hannah. Good game, Magic Star 1. Yeah, Fool Auto. Honestly, a lot of people think I'm younger than I actually am, and I attribute it all to being genetically lucky and not having my hair fall out. Like, I didn't do anything. I just didn't lose my hair, and so it makes me seem younger than I am. Hey, D, welcome back. Are we keeping this? We got a Brushwag on 1, but then, like, nothing. That being said, we're looking to draw things. I have a hard time throwing this back when we've got a nice Yorion, we've got one of our Felidars, we got extra vigilance. All right, just for D.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
I'm gonna keep.
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Sure thing. Where is Link? What did I do with Link? Oh, Link got banished yesterday, so. Mama will have to spend some of her points to get Holly back on screen. All right, found some white mana. That's pretty cool. I was thinking of cycling the Splendor Mare, but let's just hard cast the Splendor Mare next turn. That's one thing, D. D's making progress. We'll work on some other stuff tomorrow.
Come on, who is this?
Andy Graham.
I wouldn't do that to Mama Hat. There's always tomorrow, cause you're a self-improver, D. You work on your on personal improvement every day, don't you? You might not work on it with me tomorrow, but you're gonna work on it tomorrow, right? Beat Hat to it and spelled it right. Well, we got nothing to brush wag. No wags to brush. And we can go Fertilid to set up finding land next turn. But I kind of just like max mana here. If we don't find any land next turn, we still have Shore Shark. Yeah, we could have Sharked at the end of their turn. That could have been good too. Almost certainly they were going to cast a creature. The drawback there is if they don't cast a creature, you've stranded 4 mana. That's pretty rough. And this seems good here. We just... you want to Shark onto the Wag? I think we Shark onto the Wag. I like using Shark because we get in for 4. Like, this is a 4 mana haste. This is significant damage here. I don't know what holding the Shark does compared to putting them to 4, right? I mean, like, Flower wants to play it a little longer game. I'm just trying to close this out. Yeah. And with Felidar tapping... After starting off with a loss, I've pulled into the lead. Keep going, Ryan. You got this. This is your week. Your week. Amorph Smash is up next. Anybody got good weekend plans? Anybody gonna do something calming and self-caring and self-loving this weekend? What's up, Deathright? Am I gonna let chat win to boost your confidence? Yeah, that's what I did those 3 weeks in a row that I lost, Tron. That was the 3 weeks where I was building confidence for you all. And now I'm back to playing hard again. But those 3 weeks where I lost to you guys, that was all about building your confidence. Hannah, sometimes Magic does that. Good game. Yeah, we got a mulligan this one. Sorry, I got distracted by my joking. But here we don't have anything except 2 forests, and our hand does nothing with 2 forests. Like, literal 0. This is an easy mulligan. We have, I think, like, not very many planes in the deck. But hey, this is a nice keep. Maybe we ditch the Boneyard Lurker. I think we're going to be happier playing into what works about this hand, and Brushwag into eventual Splendor Mayor into Mentor is a nice sequence, and we can't even do anything with the Boneyard Lurker yet. Lurker is good. Also, we don't have anything in the graveyard yet. We could keep the Lurker with the intent to cycle the Mayor and get the Mayor back with the Lurker and give up the Mentor. It's not the worst. I don't know. They're telling a story, and I guess Teferi is an important piece of the story right now, so that's just the way that's going to go. I like that he's a little more diverse than Jace. A little more. Anyway, sorry, back to this. Do you like, are y'all on the... Because I think it's Lurker or Mentor. There is an argument for Mentor, sending that back so that we cycle, but I think we just want to hard cast this. So yeah, never mind. I'm going to stick with my gut. Like, if we had 2 forests and a plains, it gets a little more interesting, because then we really do have Wag into Cycle Mayor, into Cast Mentor, into Mutate Lurker, get back Mayor. Although something's got to give there, right? Is this where we're going to get smashed by the... Yeah, maybe I'll stay back. It's possible we get him with the Fight as one. If they send in the Fox here. I don't know. If they have 2... There was a lot of Cycle 1 going through. We may just be throwing away Fight as one. But we may have to, in that we don't have a lot of good action here. Against a growing Fox. And we know we passed an insane cycling deck. We knew there was an insane cycling deck. We may get blown out here. They may go cycle 1, and then we get to keep our Brushwag, but we're throwing away a Fight as one. And I'm afraid that's what we might be doing here, but we got to try. Cycle 1, number 2 incoming. All right, it worked. That's huge. This gives us a real chance. Anybody? Let's try and make this Snare Tactician 4 power. That seems a mistake. Maybe there are other plans here. They can try that block again. I don't think Smash will try that block again. Brush Wag has shields down, so Weaponize could take out the Wag with an expendable creature. Our Dream World, they come up with a 4-power defender here. Maybe, I like, what if they play a Prickly Marmoset and Cycle for the Banish? That would be alright. Well, we did pass this Lurrus. But, hey, look, we got a Feldar. Maybe we can do some tapping of our own here. You want to pump the Mentor? Yeah, you're right. We can with everything here with Trample, we can threaten a little bit more difficulty with the Mentor. I think they are probably not going to block anything here. Yeah, I don't know if I would consider anything a blowout here if they block, if like, I guess if they work the Fox angle, but Lurrus can't replay Tacticians. So, like, the only full expendable is just the, and in this blocking case, activating the Mentor doesn't even do anything. It does make the Brush Wag bigger. It does not give us an extra dead thing, though. Lurrus has got to go, though, right? We just lose to an endless stream of weaponized things being chucked at our face if we don't kill the Lurrus. So I'm going to... definitely kill Lurrus. And hold on the pump. I'm going to cast Felidar this turn. I think that's correct. One time. Well, if we block, they can chuck the Fox, but they need to chuck something else like a healer. We can block here, and they can't... I know this has indestructible, but 2 damage on 5 toughness, I think, is safe in the context of 2 open mana. And then if we block the Fox with the Mentor, they can't kill the Mentor unless they give up both the Fox and something else. They could give up the healer. They could trade healer and Fox for Mentor. Because the other thing we could do is let the healer through and block like this. And then it's just eat the Fox and accept that the healer, and we for sure keep the Mentor, right? That's my debate here, whether we want to put the Mentor at risk on and save the life. We're at 29. Yeah, we're at 29, so we just take the 2. Let's just kill the Fox and block the 2/2 with the 3/3, because then they could chuck the Fox at the Mentor and kill the Mentor. And I want to keep this around. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm just basically not risking Mentor. Now we've got Banish. And I could tap, but both of these attacks are good, so I'm just going to swing in. Am I gonna... We have a chance at taking out one of the cyclers in the pod here. Although, I don't care if they attack. I'm just gonna pass. Now we'll do some tapping. I'm gonna tap the 2/2 so that if Smash wants to block the Mentor, has to do it with the Tactician. Yeah. Would love to find a little bit of action here. They may be in a spot soon where they have to take out like the Mentor with a double sack. We're on the front foot, but I don't feel like we're anywhere near out of the woods. Like, I'm not close to fist pumping here. There's a lot of ways this could pivot towards Smash in a hurry. Same play. That's a useful draw. Represents extra taps. No need to play this. Can't tap this because of the summoning sickness anyway. If they happen to have missed out on drawing any cycling here, we might just have it. Because we do get to attack and tap down 2 things if they don't have cycling to stop our stuff from attacking. And we have 3 lethal threats, so they need to come up with some action. Great Horn, I'm not going to worry about now. I'm going to go full control for the attacks. Alright, they did find cycling, but we still have a good spot here, right? Because we go tap Sergeant. I need full control to tap after declaring attackers. As I think I do. Maybe somebody has a different opinion on that, let me know. But to be able to tap after attackers, that's what I'm full controlling. Because they need another cycler right here. If they cycled into cycling, they're not dead. But if they didn't, I think they're dead. You're sure? Are you sure? Because one of the times that they have historically not given control to the player is on declare attacks. They may have changed it, but I guarantee you, when this product a year ago would not have stopped for me. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to mess with Smash. And they do single card solutions. They will say this card overrides the defaults, you know? Obviously a great sign for us that they've had to give up their tactician on defense. All right, I got there, chat. We're at 3-1. You need to win out if you're going to hold me down this week. And managed to overcome at least one of the people that picked up a lot of those cycling rewards we passed. Yes, Hodge points out Legion War Boss with no stop between main phase 1 and beginning of combat. That was a big problem, but they may have done individual card solutions saying, oh, this Felidar card creates a lot of scenarios where people attack with Vigilance and then need to tap. So it's possible they hand identified that one card and then made that an exception. Because I think you'll find that mostly when you attack, like, or something very simple like this. Let's say, pretend you have cycling in your hand. Or next time you attack with a cycler in your hand, note that it will not stop for you on declare attackers for you to have a chance to cycle. Like it needs to, if they didn't go in and hand tune it to have that stop, it's not going to stop. Yes, Mama, you can, but I have just about killed this whole thing in the last hour, so you know what time it is. I'll be right back, and then we'll keep this thing going. Hey gang, thanks for waiting. Who's next? Flipperoo, aka Vamperage. I did not. I saw you sent me something, D, but I basically got up and got on air today. I really didn't have much time between rising and shining. You too, Flip? All right, this looks great. We got Farfinder on 3 into Shore Shark on the Farfinder on 4. Yes, please. Is that the right command? There you go. I did it. I remembered a command, everybody. And I beat Mama to it. We could pounce onto the Brushwag instead, but I really love... I like Farfinder really doesn't do much after you cast it, so it is my favorite mutate target in the set, I think. Because often your mutate decks are splashing, so it supports the splash in the mutate deck and is just like, it doesn't do anything, and like it's just begging to be mutated upon. So good. If we attack with the Wag and he blocks, then we have the fight as won, but we don't get to play the Farfinder. I'm going to attack. Yeah, because I think attacking is so unlikely. I really want to play the Farfinder this turn, but I don't think Flip is going to put a Stinger at risk. If he does, okay. It's worth it. It's worth it to put off our long-term plan to get this Stinger dead. somewhat telegraphs what it is. If Flip watched our deck building and kind of knows what stuff is in here, it's really the only card that I think that I can think of that explains this. Right. The risk to us or to Vampirage, Xanatos? The risk of losing their stinger is why I think it was pretty safe. Yeah, okay. I believe Flipperoo is identifies as he. Those of you watching Flipperoo's stream can probably verify that for me. Although looks don't tell everything either. Let's go with blue. Well, do we have double green? We don't have double green in the deck. Like, I'm going to take blue because we want, because if we do get the Glimmer Bell, we want to have taps. Y'all know I like to use the generic they whenever I'm not sure, but I really do like to try and find out and call people by the pronouns they prefer. I don't like to be called they once you know that I'm a he. Yeah, let's just pounce and bounce. Now, this could be the true killer cycling deck that we were afraid of. Little toddler running around. Cute. And now with, oh, we had Lurker to consider when I was talking about the double green, by the way. I guess I would, yeah, maybe being able to cast the Lurker was more important than looking ahead to the Glimmerbell possibility. Because Glimmerbell still does something if we drew it. This doesn't do anything now because I didn't get a green. That being said, Fight is 1 and Brushwag Pump allows for an attack here, and then I expect what happens is we don't cast anything during combat, and then we do a Felidar or Yorion after. Probably a Felidar here. Because Pouncing Shore Shark could start tapping right away. But then the Brushwag can't attack. You don't like attacking with the wag? Why don't we like pumping the wag? Surprised you don't like it, Haj. Isn't this not good for us? What are we afraid of? I kind of like this. I think this is a bit of all right. So intimidating to have a shark out as well as an opponent. You know that. I mean, if I find and again, I punted basically. If we had a forest right now, they would really be in an untenable situation. So now we'll do this. All right, you're saying I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. All right, I made it to 4, gang. My win streak has now begun. And I've taken out 2 cycling decks. Wow. Norbert is up next. Yeah, this is my first time playing with this. Sorry, Flip. Yours looked like the deck I was most afraid of. All throughout the draft, we're observing the bonkers cycling deck we were passing. Chunk, I bet. Well, I mean, we got Flip right here. Flip, was your deck a cycling focused deck? Looked like it to me. We can keep this on the strength of the Farfinder. Nothing to do on 1 or 2 currently, but the turn 3 Farfinder makes this a keep for me. This is the good cycling deck. Maybe there were too many good cycling decks, and that's why we're beating them all. All right, not going to mess it up this time. We're going to get green. Remember, we got a Boneyard Lurker here. You might say it's your favorite. True. They know we have this, so let's drop that. Tapped out for the crystal, so we've got this straight Heron. Let's just Heron it up. We get Parcel Beast, but Heron gets in more damage and gets a card right now. Although Parcel Beast on a Vigilant creature is quite good too, right? So actually, I think I'm going to do that. Because we get to attack and activate. Oh, I can probably answer any questions you have there. The weirdest part of mana symbol ordering is how they do green. Green, like a creature that is both white and green. A lot of people think, like Watchwolf, for example. Watchwolf is costs a green and a white, and you get a 3/3, right? And the reason a lot of people think that you should order green and white, green, because the order is Wooburg, right? So Wooburg, you take out the middle and you get white green, WG, right? But what they want is a consistent thing where if you do that, green never gets to start. Green never gets to start, and then suddenly you get white that has both white red and white green, and if you always go in order, green never gets to be the start. So green starts in the case of white-green because it's like it loops around, right? So green, and then back to the start, white. Little ramp. Could hard cast a Boneyard Lurker now. But actually we're going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, maybe even 7, although it enters tapped. No, not tapped, so we might even have 8. Does that change anything? Probably not. With 7, I think we just want to go Goriak and Heron the Goriak. And then, although that uses up all of our mana. I guess I'm going to start with an attack anyway. Alright, so new plan. We're first going to look for a card. But now Lurker is our longer-term plan. How do we want to do it? I guess I'm going to max the mana here. Next turn we can Goriak, Lurker onto Goriak, and get the stuff back. Most, when I say stuff, I mean Parcel Beast. Hey, and something to put the Parcel Beast on. Very nice. And now I like the Goriak Lurker plan. Someone like, basically we're sacrificing a Goriak to get our parcel. Lurker and parcel on the... Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I kind of like having them split, though. I don't know, Haj. That's part of the challenge of Mutate, I find, is figuring out... Wow. How did that do that? What the hell just happened? Oh, 4 damage. That's why. I thought it was only 2 damage. But they did give us, it's now big enough that we can get rid of it, so that's cool. And with 3 mana here, I'm just going to attack with the giraffe and play the bell ahead of the Parcel Beast next turn. That's true. I mean, I could beast now, and I'm just trying to, again, split it up, you know? Like... Glimmerbell plus Parcel Beast is also just one of my favorite combos in the format, I guess, is my thing. I'm going to be greedy on it. Scary. Keep that in mind as something in there that might come back to get us. All right, now we can go... I'm gonna go Parcel Beast on the bell as a starting point. See if they got anything about it. And now... we could just go Felidar and have tappers, but we don't really have anything we need to tap right now. I think I'm going to... let's see, do that. Kind of just want to get the Parcel Beast machine going. You like Trample Lord into the 5/5? What? Into the... what? Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about... I think I want to use the Parcel Beast while I can. My question... so, for 4 mana, I can tap it, activate it, and tap it again. And that's kind of our turn. And... I think I like that. I want to see what we get first, anyway. Take that action. And that's interesting, because now we can actually untap it and play the Mentor if we want. Or we can just play the Felidar here and tap something else. A lot of options. I think I'm going to go with my basic plan, though. And just get more value out of the Parcel Beast. I think if we get heavy value out of Parcel Beast while we can, we'll win a long game. So I'm going to play to Parcel Beast value. Because I expect it to die right away, so I want to get value out of it while I can. There you go. Value while we can. Yeah, it's still good. Either we draw it or it's a land and doesn't get destroyed. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. What about double Felidar this turn, and then see what we do next turn? Or maybe Felidar Mentor? Double Felidar doesn't do much, right? This is better. Well, Flip, go back and watch the draft. If you go back and watch the draft from my perspective, Flip, I think you'll see it. I mean, we passed so many cycling goods, and there was a pack we had where with like 5 cards left in the pack, it had like 3 good cycling cards in it. So that's why. That's why we thought that. So now. What do we want to tap? If we tap this, they've got basically no blocks other than on Mentor, and I don't even want to attack with the Mentor. So I'm going to send in Felidar. I'm going to tap down the Mentor. Oh yeah, what's this on? This is on, oh, there's no, yeah, we can pump with the Mentor, that's true. I thought you meant like there was Brushwag under there or something. Like, that's not mutated, is it? Do we have the room to pump? If we pump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we end up with 5 mana left. So yeah, we pump. Couldn't 2-spell in a way that mattered. I didn't want a Great Horn yet. We can Auricorn though, and just I'm just gonna hard cast Auricorn. Yeah, Naked Heron, Naked Auricorn. The Auricorn works with Felidar though, so I like that. Yeah, now we can just mutate Heron onto it to get it up into the air. I don't see anything flying right now, so that's what I'm going to do here. I mean, this is flying, but, like, they can't really stop us. Under... Yeah, 4 life doesn't suck either. We did see some blade banishes go by. This could be a spot where we might have wanted to actually make this a 3/4 to be less vulnerable to blade banishes, but with this Felidar, that's going to be your first banish target. See if they got any tapping, because if they don't tap, we're going to send this and this for sure. And do we want to send... I think we send the Mentor now as well. So here, this is where I don't trust it. I'm going into full control because I don't trust it. I'll test it like when there's nothing on the line in practice or whatever. That's okay. I know they can pump. I still don't want it on blocks. Eat Mentor. How are they eating Mentor? Our deck's good, remember? Well, this card's good. So now, I guess I'm going to move all in. They've played their one sweeper. They're not going to do it twice, right? Well, the thing is, East says hold it, but why? Are we playing around a second ultimatum? I mean, maybe they bring it. I don't know how they bring this back. I don't see why to hold it, and playing it is another lethal threat. They're at 3. I mean, granted, they have Bastion, so they're not really at 3. But, like, I do think we need to continue. It's not like we have this. It's not like we are cleared to win next turn for sure without the Felidar. Like, we really want to continue applying pressure. Yeah, Mythos of Snapdax could be rough if they have that, but 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is not 13. But if they can kill something, they win. But I think they're just at 12, so we go no blocks. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There was no... I didn't even need to tap... Like, there was nothing there, right? Like, they had 1 mana left. I'm not sure what they could have... Maybe they had... Yeah, I should have, I guess, because they could have had Mutual Destruction, right? Yeah. I got lucky then. Should have blocked. I'll tell you what I was worried about though was that that we end up killing something. They end up killing it, and we still face the Bastion ping. Yeah, I should have blocked. Definitely should have blocked. Got there, but should have blocked. All right, Media, aka Jedi Dawn, is last in line. Are you kidding, Mama? It'll make your job easier because they're going to want to come back and try and redeem themselves, right? See ya, Flower. Thanks for hanging. All right. Glimmerbell into Parcel Beast on 3. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yeah, good game, Norbert. That's what I was trying to... We were debating whether, you know, what I should be doing, and when I had the Parcel Beast out, pre-ultimatum, I'm like, I just want to get all the value we can out of Parcel Beast here. I kind of like Glimmer Beast. I'm all locked in on my plan or whatever, but also this is a little bit scary, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But now we hold. Well, that's awkward. I think we take it. I'm going to give him a card here and keep our Parcel Beast alive. They get a card, we get a card. We can subdue the otter. There's some land. We cannot use the subdual if we play anything else, though. So, yeah, we could subdue the dragon. I'm not sure I'm worried about that. But yeah, I do think subdual is important enough here to be worth holding up. And we do have Parcel Beast activation that might produce another land that could even produce untap, etc. Mike wants to drop Furlid and block Otter. Mike, if Jedi hadn't made a very aggressive attack into, an onboard suicide attack, clearly indicating something in hand, then I'd be more inclined, but it seems like they totally have something they want to do here. And yeah, I get you, but I think we can trade. I think instead we can mess up their plans, use Mystic Subdual, and have some good results here. And I am going to block the Otter. Make them do something. So we didn't get to kill it, but we don't die. We don't lose our thing. Yeah. Turned it into a vanilla O2, but it doesn't. We don't have to worry about blocking it anymore. Yeah, I think we need the land now. So I agree. Let's Farfinder for a Plains. See if the Sprite Dragon still attacks. If so, we're not going to block it. Makes it a good bluff attack for Jedi 2. Well, now we're definitely not blocking it because Parcel Beast is about to tap. Good news is we can untap it on our turn. Bad news is we can't untap it right now. I could have. I didn't have blue mana. Right? So, yeah. could make an argument for another Farfinder play here. Drop Goriak. Yeah, we could also just play Farfinder and be able to do all that stuff on their turn. I like that. Let's go boom, boom, boom. Farfinder for another island. Ooh, Essence Scatter on the other Farfinder. Okay. Glad we didn't try Yorion. And that's fine. We got a lurker. No need to, like, untapping doesn't do anything, right? So we just let this happen. Nah, that's fine. We're great. Want to have them use all their resources. We get to banish this dragon. Our life is a little low, so that's somewhat of a concern. I'm not going to block here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. And, well, 4 of it really should go to that dragon at some point, but we could take a turn off and make him have, we have 6 mana, sorry. 6 mana, and, so what do we want to do with 6 mana? We still can't blade and do anything else. We could put him to the test of having the the take cover or whatever. But since we can't beat it, I don't really want to play around it unless we have something else. Yeah, we could mutate Auricorn, take another 4 in the air, try to hold the ground. We're just staying at 6 with that play, though, where with Nomad, we can blink the Farfinder, find more land, and have a legit block on the dragon if they don't have action. But they probably do, right? So I am in agreement with Tron. Blade Banish may meet a keep safe, but we're gonna make him have it. And I was gonna do it on their upkeep, but I also don't want him to have a counterspell out. So I'm gonna banish now. If they can save it, all right, we have a chance. I don't feel that way yet, Flip, but I feel like we're close to turning a corner here. But yeah, there you go. Are you sure? Thanks, Flip. I blame Flip. Flip. Come on. In the clear now. In the clear now, he says. All right, you got one more out of me. What was not much to do about that. GG Media. You pulled off that sweet game winner right after our friend Flip said, I think you're in the clear, Ryan. I was like, are you Flip? I think we're approaching stable, but we are not there yet. All right, that was great. We're actually finishing up at a nice time too. Great way to finish the week. Oh, here, I keep forgetting. I'm so habituated to that I keep forgetting my sweet soundboard. So pretend Media just pulled off that awesome play. Then I do this.
He's dead, Joe.
Here, I have to do it like I've missed this about a million times.
Let us hear it for our poor dead friend.
Give you.
He's dead, Joe.
There you get 3 of them. because I was that dead that game. Anyway, thank you so much. Let's see. Another thing I've been forgetting to do is close a little more properly. This was our first day here of trying the Gauntlet early. I think it worked out, and I'm not going to do any additional content today. D got too much waiting for me in the afternoon here, but I'm going to try and cook some stuff up for next week. Okay, that's part of my growth in the content growth. I want to tackle some of that this afternoon and this weekend. I have not played Runeterra yet, Norbert. That was the idea, that we could start from 0 on Runeterra together, or some of us who've never played. We could do that together. Exactly, David. That's one of the things on my list to close out a stream like today. Thank you, Nantuko. Thank you, Motor City Mama. Thank you to all of my mods who help pull off a seamless Friday afternoon, or Friday Gauntlet. It's not Friday afternoon anymore for me. And if Lazy Developer is streaming, of course we can raid a Lazy Developer. I'd also raid Flipperoo or anybody else. But let's go. Actually, let me do it this way. First, I should follow a Lazy Developer. A Lazy Developer is not streaming. Oh, wrong person? Oh, you meant Flipperoo. Okay. Yes. We will send you all to Flipperoo here. For what it's worth, though, a Lazy Developer, you're now being followed by me on Twitter. So if you ever start streaming, I'll know about it. Right on. Flip's waiting for us, so we'll send you over to him. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, YouTube friends, for hanging out. And thank my live friends here for hanging out. And stick around for sending you to Flipperoo. And we'll catch you on Monday. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you're in good mental shape these days. Hug people you're living with, and remember what's good in this world, okay? Thanks, everybody.